Hello, everybody. Welcome to Game 4 of the 1986 World Series. Houston in the catbird seat, as Red Barber used to say, as they are up 3-0 on the California Angels. It is win or go home for the Angels. Well, they're already home, but I mean, go home for good. And they're going to send lefty John Candelaria on the mound against lefty Bob Knepper. One thing of note, you'll notice here on the relievers roster, that Larry Anderson and Danny Darwin are crossed out. They are unavailable. Both of them pitched 3 innings in Game 3 as Nolan Ryan got hurt in the first inning. So Anderson went 3 innings. Darwin went 3 1/3. So they're both need rest and are unavailable today. So Houston only has a 4-man bullpen in back of Bob Knepper. So you would think potentially the matchup favors the Angels, but the Astros have won all 7 of their playoff games. I'm sorry, all 6 of their playoff games. No, all 7. I take it back. All 7. They swept the Mets in 4, and they've beaten the Angels 3 in a row. So they are matched what the Houston Astros of 2022 did before they got to the World Series, as they swept 3 from Seattle, or 2 from Seattle rather, and 4 from the Yankees. So they went 6-0. To start. I'm not sure when this video is going to post. I imagine it'll post after a couple games of the World Series have already been played. But the Astros are 7-0 in the playoffs. The Angels beat the Yankees 4-1, but they've lost 3 here, so they're 4-4 in the playoffs. And they put their trust in John Candelaria. He's their last bastion of hope to try to keep this series alive. With the lefty on the mound, the Astros lineup gets potentially a little weaker. Denny Walling's not in there. Garner is. Terry Poole is out. Jim Pankovitz is in. Craig Reynolds is out. And Dickie Thon is in. All the lefties are on the bench. The only righty on the bench is Davey Lopes. For the Angels, with the lefty on the mound, well, first of all, Wally Joyner is back from injury, so he's back in the lineup. Reggie Jackson has been dropped down to the number 6 hole with Bobby Grich in between him and George Hendrick. All right, so that's the setup for Game 4. Again, the dice come in, blue and white for the Angels and the red D20. And this is it. If the Angels don't win it here, it's Katie bar the door and see you next year. And next season will be the 1987 Game of the Week. And that game of the week again will be over several different game engines. It'll be Payoff Pitch, Stratomatic, and History Maker Baseball. I don't have the 87 set in Inside Pitch, so I think I'm just going to go with those 3 and do that, unless I get 87 in something else. I do have it, like I said, 87 set in Stratomatic, Payoff Pitch, and History Maker. So I may just rotate those through the 3 things of the Game of the Week next year for 1987. Since it's 86 this year, it seems natural to go 87. Then the following year, I'll do 88, and the following year, I'll do 89. That's a long-range plan, but of course, plans can change all along, but that's just me thinking out loud in the future. Of course, we never know what the future will hold. All right, so John Candelaria pitching to Billy Hatcher, Game 4 underway. 3-3, possible error on a ground ball. We'll go to Billy Hatcher. 1-5, that's a single to right field. The right fielder is George Hendrick. His error rating is a 9. That's a 3. It will be an error. So failed error on an S9. So we look at the chart under a failed error on an S9. It says number 5, roll 1d6 versus the base running run rating. If higher than the run rating, then the hitter advances 1 extra base, otherwise 2 extra bases. Okay. Billy Hatcher is a 4. So if this D6 is a 5 or a 6, he only gets the 1 base. If it's a 1 through 4, he will make it all the way to 3rd. And he does. So Billy Hatcher will get a single and it'll be a 2-base error on George Hendrick, and not a good way to start if you are the Angels. Single and a E9, 2-base error E9 on George Hendrick. And just like that, Hatcher is at 3rd with nobody out. And in order to prevent a big inning, they will play the infield back. They want to try to prevent a huge inning. Strategy roll. Nothing going on there. Candelaria, 3-6. Going to the ballpark card will bring Anaheim Stadium in its normal spot here. See what Anaheim Stadium provides. 4-6. That's a home run straightaway center field, but that's a 19. He's only a 6, so it's a fly ball to center field, but by default, it is a sacrifice fly. When you fail on a home run on the ballpark card, it's automatic sacrifice fly, and the Astros grab a 1-0 lead. Probably going to be an unearned run unless the Astros get a lot more hits. So shoddy fielding causes the Angels to be behind from the get-go. Candelaria to Garner, 4-5. That is a strikeout plus super strikeout, and he got him. 2 down. For Glenn Davis. So it's looking more and more like an unearned run. Candelaria, 6-5, strikeout chance, got him. It is an unearned run, but they count all the same. Astros take a 1-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the first. It's the Astros 1. The Angels coming to bat. And just briefly, I want to go back to the previous 3 games and just take a look for myself here. I don't believe, let's see here. Actually, I take it back. The Astros did trail 1-0 in games 1 and 2 at home and came back and won them. So I was thinking that the Angels have never had the lead in the series, but they have. So for some reason I was thinking that, but it's not the case. All right, lefty Bob Knepper is out there. He was going to be in the bullpen for games 1 and 2. He actually was in the bullpen because he does have relief ratings, but they never needed him, so he's got full rest. It's a good thing, too, because they're short in the bullpen. So they need Knepper to go at least 5 or 6 innings. So here is Gary Pettis against Knepper. 4-5, and against a right-hand switch hitter batting right, that's a blank. Go to Pettis. 3-6, single to center field. So Gary Pettis is aboard. And back come the Angels. Maybe they think against Knepper they can do something. Pettis has an attempt of 7. No change from Knepper. 11, he could not get the jump. So it'll be Brian Downing. Knepper 2-1, strikeout chance 14 is too much. We go to Downing's card. 2-1 against the lefty. It's a ground ball to short, potential double play. He's a 3. They add 1 from Knepper, makes it a 4. They're halfway, makes it a 5. The pivot at second, Doran, is 0. So it is a 1-5 for a double play. Anything other than a 6, and we got a double play. It's a 6. So Angels get a break. It's going to be runner advance, as the only play that Thon had was to throw to first. So Pettis makes it to second base with 1 out, and Wally World back from injury. Wally Joyner, strategy roll again. Nothing happening. Knepper to Joyner, lefty on lefty. 4-4, that's the ballpark card going back to Anaheim. 5-5, and that is a single plus to right field. Pettis will score automatically. And we got a tie game just that quickly. Joyner singles and now has a chance to take second on a double. The single went to right field. So we're checking the right fielder's arm. Kevin Bass, he's a +1. Joyner's a 2. So a 1-3, he makes it. 4-5, he holds with the single. 6, he's out. 6, he is going to be out. I think he's, let me double check that. I think he is out. I don't even think you re-roll for that, but let's double check it. Haven't had that come up in a while, so got to figure that out. Let me pause the video and I'll come back. Okay, so I am mistaken. On the S+, we'd still use this chart. So the right fielder's arm is Bass. He's a +1. So +1 means over here, 3 to 6 he holds, 1 or 2 he's out. So 3 through 6, and Joyner will stop at first. If it's a 1 or a 2, he's going to be out trying for second. And he's still out. So Joyner is out trying for second. It's going to go 9 to 6 on the put out, but it is an RBI single for Joyner. to tie the game, but he's out at second base 9-6. Nice throw by Kevin Bass. 2 down. Game tied at 1. Bases are now clear with 2 outs for George Hendrick. 6-5 is a blank on Knepper. We go to Hendrick. 1-6, question mark 7 against the lefty. Goes to 18. That's a 1. It'll be a single. So now how big was that play to get Joyner out at second base? Saved another run potentially. It is a single for George Hendrick. 2-out single. His attempt is a 1 if he wants to try to get a jump. He cannot. So here's Bobby Grich. Knepper to Grich. 3-4, and that is a strikeout chance. 14 too much. Go to Grich. 1-3, star 5. That is a fly to center. Inning is over. And at the end of 1, we are tied at 1. 1-1 after 1. And we go to the top of the second. It'll be the guy who made that nice throw, Kevin Bass. He will lead off against Candelaria. 5-5, potential walk. 4 is not going to walk him. He walks at a 2 against lefty. Stadium adds 1. It's only a 3, so the 4 does not fit. Bass, 3-2. He's going to single past third. So Kevin Bass doing it with the defense and now with the offense. He gets the leadoff single for Jose Cruz. Attempt of 2 for Kevin Bass. Nope, nothing happening there. Here's Jose Cruz. Candelaria, 2-3. We're going to the ballpark card again. Anaheim Stadium. 5-5. That's a single plus to right field, so Bass will take third automatically. Cruz now gets a chance to stretch it to a double. Right fielder arm, George Hendrick, is a -1. So Cruz only is a 1. He'll be safe on a 1. 2 through 5 he holds. 6 he might be out. It's a 1. He does make it. So how about that? He stretches it to a double. So it's a double for Jose Cruz, and the Astros looking to reclaim the lead as they have second and third, nobody out for Jim Pankovitz. And strategy roll. Nothing happening. Infield is in. Candelaria, 1-2. Strikeout chance. Got him. That's a big out there. 1 away. Infield will stay in against Alan Ashby. Again, strategy roll. Nothing happening. Here's Candelaria to Ashby. 1-4. Possible error. 4-2, and that is a fly to center. That's a 12, and the center fielder error rating of Pettis is only a 4, so it will not be an error, but it could be a sacrifice fly. Ashby's sacrifice fly is a 4. And it will be a sacrifice fly as Kevin Bass comes in to score. That is out number 2 on the sacrifice fly to center field. Now, can Cruz move up to third is the question. He runs at a 2. It's a -2, go from second to third. Pettis' arm, though, is a +1. So it would be a 1 if he wanted to try to get there. No, he has to stay there. All right, so Ashby's sacrifice fly to center field. So 2 down for Dickie Thon, but the Astros reclaim the lead 2-1, and they have another runner in scoring position for Dickie Thon. Strategy roll 1, but he can't go anywhere. Candelaria 1-6 is a range play. We're going to Thon for a range check. 1-2, single pass short, but we're checking the range of Schofield. And that's why you got him in there instead of Burleson, because he is a 4 range. 1-4, he takes this hit away. Otherwise, it's going to be another potential run for the Astros. It's a 6. He does not get it. Let's see if Cruz can score. He is a 2. There are 2 outs, makes him a 3. To score from second on an S6, all you need is a 3, so Cruz will score. Astros now lead it 3-1 on the RBI single from Dickie Thon. And things are not looking good for the Angels, not with what was their best pitcher, Candelaria, at least in the playoffs. It was their best pitcher. But not holding to form here, as it's 3-1 already. And that brings up the top of the order. Top of the order, and Billy Hatcher. Dickie Thon has an attempt of 3 minus 2 is a 1. It's a 3, so nothing's going on. Candelaria. 5-1 is a walk chance. 11 is too high. We go to Hatcher. 6-1, ground ball to third. The inning is over. Finally for the Angels, but 2 runs come in for Houston. Go to the bottom of the second. It is 3-1. This and possibly could be a offensive explosion as both pitchers struggled early. Knepper exactly not the best pitcher for the Astros, obviously, so chance for the Angels to make some hay. Here's Reggie Jackson. 1-6 is a walk chance, and he will walk. So Reggie drawing the leadoff walk, and back come the Angels. Strategy roll for a pickoff. Nothing happening. Knepper, 2-6. He's not tired, so no single. The Sensei, 6-4 is a fly to right, 1 down. So 1 away for Dick Schofield. Strategy roll again. 20, so the chance of a pickoff is a 1-3. They'll pick Reggie Jackson off. It's a 5. Reggie just gets back. Knepper to Boone. 1-1 ballpark card going to Anaheim. 2-2, and that's a rare play. Last time we had a rare play, Nolan Ryan and Wally Joyner got hurt. So let's see what happens here. Rare play with men on base. We get a 65. Rare play, men on base, 65. 3-2 pitch called a ball for a walk. Catcher argues and gets thrown out of the game. So, how do you like that? Alan Ashby just gets ejected as they call ball 4. Bob Boone will walk to put 2 on with only 1 out. But more importantly, it is going to take Knepper's battery mate, Alan Ashby, out of the ball game. And John Mizarok, their only other catcher, will have to come in and catch the rest of the game. So John Mizarok will be on to catch in place of Ashby. It'll be Mizarok. So Mizarok is on. Mizarok, let's check his defense. He has a +1 arm just like Ashby does. So that's not going to help their cause either as far as trying to control the running game. All right, Schofield is up. 1 out and 2 on. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Knepper to Schofield. 2-1. Strikeout chance 10 is too high. We go to Schofield. 5-2 is a star 2, which is a ground ball to short. Possible double play. He's a 2. +1 is a 3. They're halfway, makes it a 4. The pivot's a 0. 1-4, it's an inning-ending double play. It's a 5, so they don't get the double play. They will get the force on Boone. It'll go 6-4. Fielder's choice. Reggie will go to third. Schofield will be the new runner at first. There are now 2 outs. And the top of the order, Gary Pettis. Be up to Pettis to bring in a run. Strategy roll again. Nothing happening. Knepper to Pettis. 4-4, and that's the ballpark card again, going right back to Anaheim. 1-2, it's a ground ball to first, and Davis will step on the bag to end the inning. So Knepper, not exactly the smoothest of innings, but he gets the job done. Puts a 0 on the board, and at the end of 2, it is Houston 3, and the Angels 1. And John Candelaria now will come back out and see if he can get on top of his game. He's been shaky here in the first 2 innings. He's going to be facing Doran, Garner, and Davis. Doran a sacrifice fly in the first. Candelaria 6-1's a walk chance, and he will walk Bill Doran to start the inning. So again, Candelaria not going well for Candelaria. Vern Rule is loosening in the Angel bullpen as they may not be able to go with Candelaria too much longer. They are in a win or go home situation, so they can't play around. They got to be on top of everything. Doran's attempt is a 4. 15, nothing happening. Here's Garner. Candelaria 6-5 strikeout chance, got him. Big strikeout there. 1 down for Glenn Davis. Strategy roll again. Nothing happening. Candelaria 5-2 against a righty. That's a blank. Davis 2-2. Liner to third. That is out number 2. Potential double play with a runner at first. On a line drive to third with a runner at first, you need a 1 to be a double play. And they don't get it. Doran gets back in time. 2 down. For Kevin Bass. Strategy roll again. Nothing happening. Candelaria to Bass. 3-2 strikeout chance, and he got him. So Kevin Bass retired on strikes to end the inning. Candelaria finally puts up a 0. We go to the bottom of the third. Still 3-1 Stros. And Brian Downing will lead things off for the Angels. Heart of the order, Downing, Joyner, Hendrick. Due up against Knepper. Downing grounded to short his first trip. 4-2, that's a blank. Go to Downing. 5-3, that is a star 6, which is a fly to right. Put away by Kevin Bass. 1 down. Joyner against Knepper. 5-5's a walk chance, and he will walk him. So Wally World draws a 1-out walk. Third walk issued by Knepper. He may be getting the Depends Undergarment Lack of Control award if he doesn't watch out. Strategy roll. 2. Nothing happening. Knepper to Hendrick. 1-5. Range play at the ballpark. The infield is halfway, so they lose 1 on their range. 4-6. That is a home run to center field. That's a 19, so it will not be a home run. But it is a range check. It could be a double if they don't catch this. Billy Hatcher made that great range play in Game 2. He's going to be tested again. His range, again, is a 3. A 1-3, he makes the catch. 4, 5, or 6, this will drop in for a double, potentially an RBI double. And this time he can't get to it. It's going to be a double. So Joyner, we know Hendrick gets a double. The question is, can Joyner score? Joyner is a 2. The double to center. You add 1, makes him a 3. Hatcher's arm is also a +1 to make him a 4. 1-4, he will score from first. And he does. So Wally Joyner scores on the RBI double from George Hendrick. And again, Hendrick against the lefties has done it again. They've cut the lead to 3-2 with only 1 out. And here is Bobby Grich. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Knepper to Grich. 6-5 for Knepper is a blank. We go to Grich. 3-3. He's going to double to left field, and that will tie the game. Back-to-back doubles, and we got a tie ball game at 3 here in the third, and slugfest has broken out here at Anaheim. And, of course, the Astros are at a disadvantage because they only have 4 relievers. They don't have the 6 that the Angels have. Here's Reggie, but first strategy roll. Nothing happening. Knepper, 4-5, and that is a strikeout plus to a lefty. He strikes out. He's going to be gone. Reggie Jackson, Allen strikes. Big strikeout there. 2 down for Doug DeSensei. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Knepper to DeSensei. 5-1. That's a home run question mark. Against a right-hander, though, is only a 1, so that fails. No home run possibility. So DeSensei, 4-1's grounded to short, and that's going to end the inning. But the Angels tie the game at 3. And that's the first time they've had the resilience to come back like that. So maybe a positive sign for the Angels. We shall see. Could be a sign that just Knepper's not as good as the other starters, which is obviously the case anyway. People would know that. So let's see what happens here with Candelaria. He had a nice third inning, kind of settled in a bit. Let's see if he can keep it going. 3-3 after 3. And Jose Cruz will lead it off. 3-5, and that is a strikeout plus, and he is gone. Jose Cruz out of there on the strikeout plus, 1 down. Candelaria 3-2. It's a strikeout, regular strikeout, and Pankovitz is gone, 2 down. So Candelaria struck out 3 in a row now, going back to the previous inning. So he has turned things around. 2-4, maybe not much for longer. 2-4 is a home run question mark. It's a righty. It's a 1-13. That passes, but Dickie Thon needs a 2, 1 or a 2 to be a home run. It is not, but he will get to swing. 2-1, star 3 is a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So an easy 1-2-3 inning for Candelaria. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 3-3. Knepper will be facing the bottom of the order. Boone, Schofield, and Pettis. 2-4, possible error. We go to Boone. 6-1, and that's going to be a ground ball to third. That's a 3. Garner's error rating is a 20. He will make an error every time. So E5 on Garner will allow Boone to reach base. That'll bring up Dick Schofield. Strategy roll for a pickoff. Nothing happening. Knepper to Schofield. 5-6 is a blank. We go to Schofield. 6-1, ground ball back to the pitcher. You lose 1 on a ground ball back to the pitcher, so that's going to counteract this one and make it a 0. His double play rating is a 2. The pivot second base is a 0. So it's a 1-2. 1-2 for a double play. Anything else might be a fielder's choice. It's a 4. It's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to go 1-4 as they retire Boone at second base on the 1-4 fielder's choice. Schofield is aboard, 1 down. Top of the order, and Gary Pettis. Strategy roll for Schofield. Nothing happening. Knepper to Pettis. 6-6, possible error on a throw. 3-1, ground ball to short. And this looks like it could very well be an error. Shortstop Dickie Thon is a 6. That is a 5. So let's look at the failed error on a throw chart and see what comes up with that. Failed error on a throw on a ground ball is a number 6. Throwing error with the potential for advancing another base on a bad throw. Let's see here. Possible double play. Check throwing error for the first fielder first, then the pivot man. Okay, so we've already checked the error on the shortstop. I don't know if we need to check an error on the pivot man too. That would seem kind of weird, but I guess we'll do it. Doran's a 6, so let's see if we get a double error somehow. We do not. But there's going to be an error. Let's see what happens the rest of the way. All right, we're going to roll a die against the range of the receiver, which in this case is Doran at second base. His range is only a 2. but he's able to get to it. So he does prevent the ball from getting by him, but it is going to be an E6 as Thon pulls him off the bag and set up a potential double play. They get nobody. And that'll put runners at first and second with one out. And the Astros kind of falling apart fielding-wise. And that'll bring up Brian Downing. Strategy roll from Knepper. Nothing happening. Knepper to Downing. 1-1. Ballpark card going back to Anaheim. 6-5 is a blank. We're going to the rare play chart with runners on base. And we get a 56. 56. Pitch brushes back hitter. Words are exchanged and both dugouts empty. Calmer heads prevail, but the umpire warns both manager any hit by pitch happens after this rest of the game. The pitcher's thrown out. I think RJL just had that on his game recently. So it's a brushback, so it's just going to be ball one. Nothing really happens. And Downing, after both benches empty, cooler heads prevailed, and Knepper will re-pitch to Downing. 1-4, that is a potential wild pitch. 12 is going to be blocked by Mizorok. Try again. 1-5, that is a range play at the park. So we're going back to Anaheim. 1-4, that is a pop-up to Mizorok, but it is a range play. Range play on the pop-up to Mizorok. Mizorok is a 3 on his range. And he's able to make the catch. So 2 down. Keeps the runners where they are, and Wally Joyner the batter. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Knepper to Joyner. 6-3 is a walk chance. 19 too much. We'll go to Joyner rather. 4-4. It's a single pass short. Schofield to score from second base on the S6. You only need a 3, so he's a 4 already. With 2 outs, he's a 5, so he scores automatically. The Angels take the lead. Pettis to get from first to third on the S6 needs to be a 5 or better. He's already a 5. 2 outs makes him a 6, so he will get third. And boy, the Angels are glad to have Wally Joyner back. RBI single from Joyner. Angels grab the lead 4-3. Their first lead of the game. And the 2 errors have come back to bite the Astros big time. So you can't really blame this all on Knepper because his fielding should have gotten him out of the inning long ago. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Knepper to Hendrick. 2-1, strikeout chance 18 is too much. Go to Hendrick. 4-4, fly to right to end the inning. But the Angels grab a 4-3 lead after 4 in the slugfest here at Anaheim Stadium. And the Angels fighting for their playoff survival, doing everything they can to keep it going. So leading off for the Astros will be Mizorok. He took over for the injured Alan Ashby. This will be his first at-bat for Mizorok. Something's weird here because I have looking at my score sheet in the 4th, and now I'm confused because Cruz led off the 4th, struck out, Pankovic struck out, and then somebody flew to center, and it should have been Mizorok, but I had him on the top, so maybe he hit and I just didn't realize it. So instead, or I might have had Thon out of order here. I don't know. But either way, Dickie Thon's actually going to be the leadoff hitter, not Mizorok. So it is going to be Thon. Then the top of the order, Hatcher and Dorn. I can't go back and look at it now to know for sure, so I just have to play it as it is. 5-3 is a hit by pitch. Now remember, do the previous rare play roll. If this is a hit by pitch, then he is ejected. But he's a 0, he's a 4, it's 12. So He came close. The umpire's kind of giving him a look, but no ejection. Go to Thon. 3-1, ground ball to third, and the Sensei over to first, 1 down. So things getting a little chippy here in game 4, as you might expect. Here's top of the order now for Billy Hatcher. Candelaria, 2-6, strikeout chance, got him. So boy, Candelaria has settled in since the first 2 innings, and he's given the Angels exactly what they need. Here's Bill Doran. 4-1, strikeout chance, 12, too much. We go to Doran. 2-4, grounder to second, and the inning's over. So the Angels continue to lead 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Knepper back out, and again, no DH. I mean, there no pitchers are hitting, so Knepper will come out when they want to take him out, not for a pinch hitter. So they'll leave him in there as long as they can because, again, they have a short bullpen. But they don't want to give the game away either. But right now it's 4-3, so they're going to stick with him a little bit longer. Here's Gritch, Knepper to Gritch. 2-4, that's a possible error. And could this be another error on the Astros? We've already committed 2. Gritch, 2-1 is a ground ball to third. It will be another error. Second one in a row on Garner. So third error of the game for the Astros, second on Garner. E5, and Gritch is aboard, and Knepper got to be getting frustrated with his defense, giving the Angels extra outs. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Knepper to Jackson. 6-2, strikeout chance, got him. So Knepper says, maybe I just got to do it myself. Strikes him out. Here's to Sensei. 5-3. I forgot to do the strategy roll, but I'm not worried about it. 5-3 is a blank. And we could use the 10 for the strategy roll, so it would have been no effect anyway. So go to the Sensei. 3-3, ground ball to short, could be a double play. He's a 3, +1 is a 4. They're halfway is a 5, pivot to 0. 1-5, it's double play. 6, that's just the way it's been going for the Astros in this game. They should have had a double play. And boy, Knepper really is mad. Says you should have turned the double play, but as it turns out, Thon bobbles the ball, and by the time he recovers, the only play he has is to first base. So Gritch sneaks in there. And now here's Bob Boone with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Knepper to Boone. 1-3, and against a righty, that's an automatic out. He needed that in the worst way. And it's going to be a ground ball to short to end the inning. So Knepper survives and holds the Angels scoreless here in the 5th. We go to the 6th. It is 4-3 California over the Astros. And due up for the Astros is the man who's made 2. He's had a bad game, you would say. He struck out twice. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and he's committed 2 errors. So not sure he could have much worse game than that. I mean, you possibly could, but I doubt it. So Garner's going to see if he can. Scrap Iron's going to see if he can make up for this, and if he gets a big hit here, maybe all is forgiven. We shall see. Candelaria. He can face 23 batters. This is batter 21, so you got to be careful about his fatigue. 5-4 is a range play. We go to Garner for a range check. 2-4 is a ground ball to third, but it is a range check on DeSensei. His range is a 3. 1-3, and he's going to be out. 4, 5, 6. He will get a base hit. It's a 1, so Garner again having bad luck as DeSensei will throw him out. 1 down for Glenn Davis. 3-2, strikeout chance too high. We go to Glenn Davis. 2-4, it's ground ball to short, and Schofield will make the play. 2 down. And now for Candelaria. He has retired 11 in a row, going all the way back to a leadoff walk to Doran in the 3rd. Since then, he's retired 11 in a row. Here's Kevin Bass. Candelaria 5-4. It's a range check again. 1-1 is a single to right, but that could be taken away on a range check by George Hendrick. Hendrick is a 3. So a 1-3. Hendrick will take the single away. 4-5-6. It will remain a single. It's a 4. So Kevin Bass finally breaks through, and Hendrick unable to get there. So the streak of retired batters by Candelaria has ended on a 2-out single from Kevin Bass. Now, he has faced 23 batters. He is now officially tired. But they will leave him in to face the lefty Cruz. They want to get him through 6 innings if possible. Now, strategy rolls are still on, obviously. 4 minus 2 is a 2. 10, nothing happening. Candelaria to Cruz. 3-3, possible error on a ground ball. Can California commit another error? Cruz, 1-1. It's a single to right field. That's a 9. And Hendrick checks in as a 9. So it will be an error on Hendrick. Let's figure out how many bases we're going to get here. We know Bass is at least going to get to third, and Cruz will at least get to second. But now on the S9 failed error check, again, we are going to be looking at, let's see here, we're going to be looking at the ABR of the runner. So the ABR, or the run rating, BR rating, of Bass is a 4. If this is a 1 through 4, Bass will score. 5 or 6, he only gets the 1 extra base. He will score. Cruz will hold at second because that 3 is higher than his 2, but it is going to be a single and an error on Hendrick. And the Astros have tied the game at 4. So second error of the game on Hendrick. He committed an error in the first that allowed a run to score. He has done it again. And we are tied. We are all tied up at 4. Pankovitz, your batter. Candelaria is tired. Boy, what do you do now? Do you bring in your reliever? They're going to stick with Candelaria one more time. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Pankovitz. Candelaria to Pankovitz. 5-4 is another range play. Go to Pankovitz. 5-5, grounder to short. It's a range check on Schofield. He's a 4. He can't get it. It's going to get through for a base hit. S6 to score from second. You need a 3 or better. He's a 2, but with 2 outs, he becomes a 3, and the Astros take the lead on the single from Pankovitz. They grab a 5-4 lead, and shoddy defense is really hurting both teams now. And for Candelaria, I think they're going to have to make the move. I don't see any choice in them doing otherwise. So they are going to make the move to the pen, and they will go to lefty Chuck Finley. So Chuck Finley is on, the left-hander. Try to get out of the inning. Get that elusive third out. He'll be facing Mizorok, the lefty hitting catcher. 5-4 Astros in a back and forth wild one here in game 4. Top of the 6th, 2 outs. There have been 5 errors committed in the game already. Strategy rolls are still on, obviously, but he's a 1. He's a -1, so that takes it away. There's no pickoffs, so no strategy roll needed. Finley to Mizorok, 6-6 strikeout chance, 13 too high. We'll go to Mizorok. 5-5 ground ball to first. Joyner will take it to the bag himself and end the inning. But 2 runs come in for the Stros, and they reclaim the lead, 5-4. And now what do you do if you're the Astros? Knepper, let's see how many batters he can face. He can face 27. He has faced 26. So I think if you're the Astros, you say, we got 5 innings out of you. We're pretty happy. So they are going to turn it over to the bullpen and Charlie Kerfeld. So Kerfeld is coming on to pitch for Knepper. And if he can get him 2 innings, that would be gravy. So Kerfeld is your pitcher. And he'll be facing Schofield, Pettis, and Downing, scheduled hitters. Here in the bottom of the 6th, 5-4 Astros in this back and forth. Donnybrook. Schofield has reached base twice on fielder's choices. He's 0 for 2. Kerfeld, 2-3, strikeout chance 16, too much. Schofield. 5-2, star 2 is a ground ball to first. Glenn Davis takes to the bag himself. 1 away. Back to the top of the order, and Gary Pettis. Singled and scored in the first, reached on an error in the 4th, and grounded to first in the 2nd. 1 for 3. Kerfeld, 1-2 is a range play. Go to Pettis. 4-4, and it's a star 1, which is a ground ball to first. Glenn Davis, range of Glenn Davis. He's not holding anybody on, so he keeps his full range because nobody's on base. He is a 4. So 1-4, he makes the play. He does. So it's going to be a easy ground out. We'll call it 3-1 as he flips to Kerfeld covering. Since he had the range so far, he wouldn't get it back to the bag in time to beat the speedy Pettis. So Kerfeld had to lumber over with his girth and make the play. Brian Downing. 5-1's a walk chance. 3 will walk him. So Downing draws a 2-out walk. And that brings up Wally World. Wally Joyner, strategy roll. Nothing happening. Kerfeld to Joyner. 1-3 is a wild pitch chance. That's a 15. It's going to be a possible pass ball. Look at the pass ball rating on Mizarok. It is a 5. And he will not have the pass ball. He had to be a 6 to be a pass ball. So no pass ball there. So we roll on. Kerfeld again, 4-4. Another range play to Joyner. 5-6, that's a fly to center. Hatcher is a 3. Whoops. Hatcher is a 3. He can't get it. It is a single or a double. It is a single to center field. Downing runs at a 2. To get from first to third on a single to center, you lose 1, makes him a 1. But there are 2 outs, brings him back to a 2. Hatcher's a +1, makes him a 3. 1-3, he'll make it. And he does. So Downing takes third on the single by Joyner. And a 2-out rally by the Angels. All of a sudden, here's Hendrick trying to make up for those 2 errors he committed. Strategy roll for Kerfeld, nothing happening. Kerfeld, 2-5, strikeout chance. Got him. Hendrick is out on strikes, and the inning is over. Boy, a tough break there for the Angels. They had a good chance, and Hendrick just couldn't get it done. Even though it was 2 for 2 to start the game, but since then he's 0 for 2, and he's also made 2 errors, so maybe he is fading a little bit. I don't know, but nothing doing for the Angels. We go to the 7th, top of the 7th. It's 5-4. Finley's going to stay in the game. He only faced 1 batter, so he certainly can face a lot more. Dickie Thon will be the leadoff man to start the top of the 7th against Finley. 3-1, possible error on a ground ball. 4-5, and that is a star 6, which is a fly to center, so no ground ball to worry about. Therefore, no error. Just a F8 for 1 away. Top of the order, Billy Hatcher. 5-5, strikeout chance 12, too high. Hatcher. 5-2 as a ground ball to short, 2 down. So 2 up and 2 down, and that brings up Bill Doran. Finley, 2-2. Doran's a switch hitter batting right-handed against the lefty. That means it's a straight-up home run chance. He has a 6, but that's an 11, so no home run. But Doran will swing. 5-5, grounder to short, ends the inning. So 3 easy ground ball outs, or actually a fly out and 2 ground outs short, technically. Take care of things. And that will be it for Finley. He will be done, and it looks like Corbett will be coming in to pitch the top of the 8th for the Angels. So Finley did his job, keeping the Astros off the board after those runs came in. He retired all 4 he faced. So can't get much better than that. If you're California, can't ask for much more than that. We do go to the bottom of the 7th here in Anaheim with the score of 5-4 Houston. And the bottom of the 7th means, of course, the 7th inning stretch. All right, 7th inning stretch is in the books. And back out on the mound is Charlie Kerfeld. Kerfeld, let's check his previous outing, or previous inning. He faced 5 batters. He can face 6. So bullpen activity for the Astros. They do have Calhoun and Lopez loosening in the pen. Right now they're going to let Kerfeld pitch to Bobby Grich. But with Reggie Jackson coming up, very likely we will see Jeff Calhoun. So this is probably Kerfeld's last batter to face right here. 5-2, and that's a home run question mark against a righty 1-3, but that fails, so Grich cannot try for the homer. A little swing, 1-4, he flies to left, 1 away. So now he is tired. He has faced 6 batters. Jackson would be his 7th, but Jackson is a lefty. Hit no home runs against lefties, but 15 out of 20 on a home run against a righty. So Kerfeld will be lifted, and they will go to Jeff Calhoun out of the pen, the left-hander. That leaves Lopez and Smith, the only 2 relievers. So the Astros are certainly hoping it does not go extra innings, or they could really be in trouble. Not sure what they would do at that point. They're just not even going to think about it. They're just going to say, let's win this thing in 9 innings and be done with it. So Calhoun facing Reggie. And you're not going to pinch hit for Reggie, so then swing away. 4-2, that's a blank. We go to Reggie. 6-1, he's going to single pass short against the lefty. He did it. So Reggie singles. Could think about pinch running here, but there's a chance he could come up again in the 9th, and you want his bat in the lineup. So no pinch running. We're going to let it stand. No strategy roll needed. Here's DeSensei against Calhoun. 1-6 is a blank. We go to DeSensei. 4-5, and that's a ground ball to second. He's got a 3, nothing there. The pivot at short in Thon is a 0. So it'd be a 1-3 for a double play. And it's a 5, so they don't get the double play, but they do get the force on Reggie. So it's going to go 4-6. Fielder's choice, 2 down. And it's up to Bob Boone. Now, I think they're going to still let Bob Boone hit. Strategy roll. Sensei does have a chance of a steal at a 1. And nothing happened. Calhoun to Boone. 3-6 blank. We go to Boone. 4-3, and that's a star 6, which is a fly to right to end the inning. So Calhoun finishes out the 7th, does his job, and he is looking, or the Astros now probably are looking to turn it over to Lopez and Smith for the 8th and 9th. At least that's probably their plan. Calhoun did his job. We go now to the top of the 8th. And it'll be Doug Corbett coming on to face these right-handers for the Astros. It's going to be Garner, Davis, and Bass, 2 righties and a switch. So they're going to bring in Corbett. Corbett was 4-2 with 10 saves and a 3.66 ERA in the regular season. Facing Garner, Davis, and Bass, but they could mean, yep, by doing that, that's going to allow the Astros to bring in Denny Walling to pinch hit for Garner. So maybe should have kept Finley in one more batter to force Garner to hit, but instead we're going to have Denny Walling. And after Garner made 2 errors, that's pretty big to have Denny Walling in there. He will lead it off against Corbett. So Walling is your new third baseman. Facing Corbett. 1-4. Automatic out on a star line, so it didn't matter who they had there. It's going to be a ground ball to second, but it does improve the defense of the Astros. They may have made that move anyway, just for defensive purposes, if nothing else. Walling is out. Here's Glenn Davis. That's a 6-5, and that's another automatic out by Corbett. And this one will be a ground ball to third. So 2 easy ground ball outs. 2 down. Kevin Bass. 3-6, strikeout chance too high. We go to Kevin Bass. 2-1. Question mark 8 against a righty goes to 15. That's a 3. It's going to be a base hit for Kevin Bass. So Kevin Bass again, now he's 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored in the game. So he's been a little bit of a thorn in the side. Here's Jose Cruz. Kevin Bass attempt is a 3. Nothing happening. Corbett to Cruz. 3-4. Error on a throw possibly. Cruz 2-6 pops to short. No throw necessary. Inning is over. So Corbett pitches a solid 8th to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th and we'll get a new pitcher. It is Senor Smoke, Aurelio Lopez. And that's why in game number 3, they only pitched Lopez 1 inning because they needed him to be available. If they pitched him 2 innings and not used Dave Smith at all, I guess they could have come back with Dave Smith with 2 innings here, but they want to keep the guy fresh. So Lopez is on. Corbett's done, and I think Donnie Moore will be the pitcher coming in the 9th for the Angels, no matter what the score is, because he's the best they have, and they want to keep the score the way it is. Save situations, unless they score runs now, will be off the board. So Lopez, and the schedule hitter is Schofield, but we're going to get a pinch hitter for Schofield. And the pinch hitter is going to be Burleson. And Burleson will stay in the game to play shortstop as well. So Burleson will bring his 284 average in to pinch hit for the 249 average of Schofield. So Burleson it is. He will take over at short and pinch hit for Schofield to lead off the bottom of the 8th, trying to get something started against Senor Smoke. 1-5, range play. We go to the Burleson for the range check. 1-2 is a star 3, fly to right. So we're checking the range of Kevin Bass. Unfortunately for the Angels, Kevin Bass is a 5 rated right fielder. And he makes the catch easily. 1 away. And that will bring up Gary Pettis, top of the order, followed by Downing. 3-2 for Lopez, and that is against a switch hitter batting left, an automatic out. And the out will be a fly to center. So 2 down as Pettis is retired. Brings up Brian Downing. But they're going to call Brian Downing back, and they're going to pinch hit with Rupert Jones. For one reason, Rupert Jones is a lefty against the righty, plus he's got a higher home run chance. His average is lower, but with 2 outs and the base is empty, they need power. So Rupert Jones will pinch hit for Downing and stay in the game to play left field in the 9th. But he's going to get a go at Aurelio Lopez. So Rupert Jones will be the new left fielder. Lopez to Jones, 1-4, strikeout chance against a lefty. That's a 3. He got him. Would have been a blank against a righty, but hey, you're playing the percentages, or at least Gene Mock was hoping that would work, but it did not, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Senor Smoke. And we go to the ninth, still 5-4, and Dave Smith is loosening the Astro bullpen. He would come in the ninth to close it out, or at least attempt to close it out. And right now, Donnie Moore will come in the top of the ninth to try to keep the score close for the Angels. Donnie Moore is on for the Angels. And let's see who's going to be facing. The DH spot is due up first. It will not be Pankovitz. It will be Terry Poole. So Terry Poole will pinch hit for Pankovitz. So Terry Poole gets the pinch hitting call for Pankovitz here in the ninth. Against Donnie Moore, 5-4 Astros, 3 outs away from winning the World Series in a sweep. 6-4 on Donnie Moore. Strikeout chance 16 is too high. We go to Poole. 1-6, ground ball to short, 1 away. So Poole is retired. Brings up John Mizorok. Can't pinch in for him because he's the only catcher they have since Ashby got hurt. So Mizorok will have to hit. 6-3, strikeout chance, 15 again, too high. Mizorok, 4-4, star 3 is a fly to right, 2 down. 2 down, and that's going to bring up Dickie Thon. And you're going to keep him in there because he's a better defender than Reynolds, so you're not going to pinch hit here. They're going for defense with the lead. Moore 1-3 is a walk chance, and how about that? Dickie Thon's going to walk. So 2-out walk to Dickie Thon. We'll flip the order over to Hatcher. Thon has an attempt of 2. Try to get a jump. He does not, so Hatcher will be up. Moore 4-2, automatic out. And it's going to be a fly to center to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Astros in the ninth. Donnie Moore does his job. And now it's all up to the bottom of the ninth. Dave Smith coming in for the Astros. He is their final pitcher, so he's all they got. It's Smith or bust at this point for the Astros. Smith or bust. So they're laying all their eggs in their basket for Dave Smith. I guess we could, if they had to, they could bring in Larry Anderson and make him tired from the get-go. I guess we could bring him in and have him fatigued right off the bat. But haven't really experienced that before, so I don't know how to best play that, but I guess you could homebrew it that way. All right, Wally Joyner will lead things off. It'll be Joyner, Hendrick, and Gritch due up in the bottom of the ninth for the Angels. If they wanted to pinch hit, Jack Howell could pinch hit for Gritch, potentially. But I think Gritch is probably just as good of a hitter, if not better. But he is left-handed, and Dave Smith is really tough on righties, so they may go that option. We'll see. First things first, here's Wally Joyner. 5-2, and it's an automatic out against a lefty. So they get the automatic out on Joyner. It's going to be a ground ball to third, 1 away. So maybe a lefty's not the best idea. Astros 2 outs away from the World Series championship in a 4-game sweep. Angels looking for 9th inning magic. Here's George Hendrick. Smith 4-3. That is a strikeout plus, a super strikeout. He strikes out as a 12. The super strikeout makes it a 22. That 20 fits. Struck him out. Dave Smith with the strikeout, and now it's all up to Bobby Gritch. If he reaches, then Reggie Jackson could possibly be a hero, but Gritch has to reach first against Smith. 2-1, double question mark against a right-hander. A 1-3 is a single, but that's a blank. 18, so it's not going to fit. So Gritch gets to swing. 2-4, and he's going to single pass short. What, did you expect a 1-2-3 final inning in the inside pitch? Come on now. You know this game by now. It doesn't go like that. So Gritch will reach, and he will be lifted for a pinch runner as they're down by 1 run. They need speed. So Devon White will be your pinch runner for California. The question is, do you dare gamble for a stolen base? And you got Reggie Jackson up at the plate. Devon White's attempt is an 8. -1 there is a 7. It's a 17. He can knock at the jump. It's a moot point. So now Reggie Jackson, Smith to Jackson. Last chance for the Angels. Smith, 6-2, possible error. Reggie, 1-6 is a single pass third or single to third. There is no error. There is no error. So let's see here. S3. No error check is no error can be made on an infield single. So it'll roll 1d6 versus the BR rating. He's a 2. So according to this, when you roll a S3 error check, all this is failed error check. So it's not really a failed error. So that shouldn't be it. That should just be a straight out single because it was not an error. So my bad is a straight single. It is not what I thought it was. S3 to get from first to third, you need a 2 or better, and of course Devon White has that, so he will get to third. Reggie Jackson comes through, base hit, moves the tying run to third base in Devon White, and with 2 outs, runners on the corners, DeSensei is up. Dave Smith is tired. He has faced 4 batters. This is batter number 5, so if he hits the parentheses, then he will give up the hit or have to come out of the game, and then they'll have to go to drastic measures. I guess desperate times call for desperate measures if it gets to that. And if it gets to that, we're probably going extra innings anyway. So strategy roll. And 19-0 happening. Now, do you pinch run for Reggie Jackson is the question, because that's the winning run potentially. Let's see. You got Wilfong, Howell. Boy, how do they want to play this? Well, you might need Wilfong to play second, so you can't use him. They could use Howell. So he only runs at a 3, though. It's not much difference. So we'll keep Reggie out there. All right. Dave Smith to DeSensei. 3-2. Range play. With 2 outs, all the infielders keep their range. Here's DeSensei. 3-4. That is a single to left. It is a range check on Jose Cruz. Jose Cruz is a 4. A 1-4, and Cruz will make the catch. The ball game will be over. 5 or 6. The Angels will at least tie it and keep this game going. Reggie would probably go to third, and who knows what else would happen. But right now, it's all up to Jose Cruz. 1-4, Cruz will make the catch, and the ball game will be over. And the series will be over. He does. It's caught by Jose Cruz. Cruz saves the day as he cruises over and makes the catch on DeSensei. The ball game is over. The series is over. And this wild Game 4 is over. And the Astros have swept the World Series, and they've swept the playoffs. 8-0 are the Astros. And they're mobbing Jose Cruz. And the Astros are your world champions. 8-0. We'll be back with the totals. All right, we're back to wrap up this 1986 season. NBC Game of the Week. Played on multiple platforms. Simmed by Stratomatic PC. Played out on the NLCS on Inside Pitch, the ALCS on Payoff Pitch, and finally the World Series on Inside Pitch. Wrapping it up, the Astros sweep the Angels 4-0, and they go 8-0 in the playoffs. They sweep the Mets and they sweep the Angels. Win it here in Game 4 by the score of 5-4. 5 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors, and 5 left for the Astros. 4 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, and 12 left for the Angels. Those left on base come back to bite them. Player of the game, Jose Cruz. Not only was he 2 for 3, single, double, 2 runs scored. Actually, 2 for 4, single, double, and 2 runs scored. But he also made that game-winning catch on that range play in left field with the tying run at third base and 2 outs. So Jose Cruz, your player of the game. Winning pitcher was Bob Knepper. He only went 5 innings, but the 2 runs the Astros scored in the 6th are credited to Knepper. And so all the other pitchers came in as holds, and Dave Smith got the save. Candelaria took the loss. So there you have it. The 86 season is now in the books. This project is in the books. And now that clears the way for me to get back to the Stratomac Demolition League and the Buffalo Bees on History Maker Baseball. Not sure what I'm going to do other than that. I really want to concentrate on those 2 right now to get back in the groove on those. I've kind of stretched myself thin doing 3 things at one time, so maybe concentrating it down to 2. I can start knocking those things out and getting further along in that. I hope you enjoyed this 86 season. It's a fun season. Next year, when next April rolls around, we'll do it all again. With the 1987 season, we'll do it with Stratomatic, Payoff Pitch, and History Maker Baseball. And if I decide to get Inside Pitch 1987, then we'll add that to the list as well. But that's going to do it from here. Final score again, Astros 5, Angels 4. Astros win the series in a 4-game sweep. Exciting game down to the wire. They had runners on the corners and 2 outs. Last gasp effort, and Jose Cruz saved the day with a running catch. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you enjoyed this presentation of Inside Pitch. Hope you enjoyed this whole season replay. Using all the multiple engines and going through all the playoffs and whatnot is a lot of fun. Hope you had fun following along. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.